Hi, good morning. Welcome back to Hanson Legacy Farm. Today I'm in the garden checking for cucumbers. I already have some that are in the fridge that I pulled off yesterday and the day before in a salt brine, ready for me to get in there and chop them up and make some pickles out of them. So I'm out here looking to see if I have any more. I've already found a couple more cucumbers rather, not pickles yet. Got some cucumbers out. There's a couple of more small ones left on here, not quite ready to get off the vine yet. I think I'll let them go a little bit longer. That one looks to be like a pretty good size one. I don't know if you can see that. I might just go ahead and get that one. Maybe I can use this one for some rounds. So anyways, you'll come join us. We'll be making some pickles today. So I'm back in the kitchen with the cucumbers. This is the few cucumbers that I collected from yesterday and today. And then over here in a brine, which I almost spilled all over the floor. So I have a little bit too full. I have been gathering the cucumbers from this week to get them, save them in the brine so they won't stay crispy. So now all I have to do is get my jars washed up and get ready to start sterilizing my jars and then start canning up the cucumbers. So I've got my jars in the canner on the stove sterilizing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the cucumbers ready. So that means I've got to cut off the blossom end and then slice them up in rounds because I'm gonna be making the hamburger deals. So to get your pickles ready, the directions say you want to pat them dry. So as I'm taking them out of the brine, what I'm doing is this is going to be the end that was attached to the plant. The other end is the part that the bloom was on. So I'm going to be cutting off the blossom end and leaving on the stem end. So let's get that done. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. Actually, I'll probably eat that part. And then the directions say to cut them at least 1/4 of an inch. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those chopped up. I do have a mandolin, but I prefer just to go ahead and get these done by hand. So let's just keep going with them. That's my stem end. Cut off the blossom end. And I'm just gonna get them all chopped up. I'm gonna keep going until I get all of these done. I already have some chopped up that I had previously done and stuck in the brine to wait for me to pickle them. So I'm just gonna get my cucumbers all cut up. My jars are on the stove, getting ready. Keep drying them off. Cut off the blossom end and just keep going. I used to be so afraid of canning just for the fear that I might do something wrong and cause my family to get sick or something, but I really have somebody that I feel like has really encouraged me, because I used to lose so much of the produce that we were growing in the garden just because I allowed myself to not have the courage to get in there and take the food and preserve it. And I know she's probably gonna watch this video. So Jill, if you're watching this video, I just want to say thank you for encouraging me to get in there and preserve my food. So if you find somebody that encourages you to get in there and do that, you're more apt to do that. I tried giving the food away. My poor granddaughter Eden, she loves cucumbers, but that poor baby could only eat so many cucumbers. We had cucumbers in our salad, tomatoes. I lost so many tomatoes just because I was the fear of not wanting to get in there and can up the tomatoes. So yeah, I canned up water baths and pickles the other day, and I was like, you know, that was one of the most easiest things I have ever done. So yeah, not gonna allow fear to keep me from taking what we have worked so hard in the garden to grow and then let it go to waste. So I'm gonna get the rest of these all chopped up. My jars are over there on the stove, sterilizing, and then whenever I get all these chopped up, I want you to come back and join me, and I'll show you how easy it is to get them put together into the jars. So I'm going to be using the Mrs. Wages medium spicy pickle mix today, and the directions call for 3 1/3 cups of distilled vinegar, the 5% acidity, 7 1/2 cups of water, and then the 1 pouch of the spicy pickling mix because I wanted to make the spicy hamburger deals. And then what I need to do is I need to combine all of these ingredients into my saucepan, bring it up to a boil over medium heat, stirring constantly until mixture dissolves, and then I'm going to remove it from the heat. If you've never pickled the medium spicy pickles with Mrs. Wages, and it cautions you at the bottom of the package that it may cause irritant, believe it. This canner, I have some warm jars ready to go, so I'm gonna grab a pot holder, and I'm going to get my jars out of the canner and start packing the cucumbers in there. One thing I did learn when I watched some videos about canning is to make sure you turn your tongs where the water pours out of the jar between the tongs so that it doesn't run back down on your hands and burn you. jars are in the canner. Now we just have to wait for it to come up to a boil, put the lid on, and process them for 10 minutes. All right, the timer has gone off and I let it sit for just a bit. I'm gonna take the lid off and let them finish cooling down, take them out, and then tomorrow we should be able to enjoy a few pickles. Time to get them out of the canner. Hey, I just want to say thank you for stopping by our homestead. God bless. This is for you, kiddos.